Hey downtimers, thought I'd just do a new series of videos from in the studio with my laptop, just straight from the laptop, trying to make this as, honestly, editing video and doing everything that I have to do to make the videos happen on the production side is a lot more time consuming and it's just a lot of work and it's kind of surprising and I think everybody should do this because then you really have a true appreciation for the folks who do this a lot like DM Scotty and DMG and those guys. I do most of this by myself, so it's just for fun. It's just a good hobby to have. It feels great to feel like you're a part of the community, which is a great community, by the way. Tabletop role playing games. The hobby itself is great. The people are great. It's a great community, and one that I'm very happy and proud to be a part of. But I just thought I'd start something that's kind of a little bit off the beaten path, for me anyway, and just kind of talk about some things that are just kind of on my mind at the time, and kind of like a little detour, if you will, from what I typically do. And I know you guys, I know I've gotten some feedback, different folks about the DIY videos and the crafting videos, and it's good stuff. And thank you, I appreciate that. But I thought, I like watching the crafting videos a lot. I also like watching some of my crafting heroes just talk about different things. I think sometimes it's great to feel like you're just in a conversation, even if you're just the listening party, right? So even if you're just kind of, I'm new to this with the laptop, so you guys got to kind of bear with me. I've got to remember to look up. Okay. So it's kind of fun to feel like you're just a part of the conversation, even if you're just on the listening side of it. And of course, you guys can always comment below, right? Or make a video in in reply to this, or in response to this, or alongside of this, or whatever, or your own thing, whatever. It's cool, and that's what makes this kind of fun. But yeah, back to the whole laptop thing. And you will not. I will jump around a lot. This is the way I talk in a conversation, especially when it's one-sided like this. I have a tendency to kind of ramble. I'm a rambling man. Okay, that was really bad. So what I'm getting at here is the technology, the technological side of this is very expensive and it's very time consuming. But really, editing the video is very time consuming, especially with the editing software that I have or don't have. I'm going to do this regardless, even if there's just one person. You know who you are. Even if it's just one, one person who gains anything from any of this, it's worthwhile, And I enjoy doing it anyway. I am a dad. I am a son. I am a worker. I work 40, 45, sometimes 50 hours a week. I'm a husband. Can't forget that. I wear a lot of hats. So it can be challenging sometimes, to find the time to do this. But I love it. It's one of my many hobbies. I have lots of hobbies. And it's about one of my hobbies. I have lots of fun with it. I'm going to try to have different things in the picture with me as I do this. And I'm holding two things right now. So, okay, this is a picture Ian drew last year, I think it was, in art class. It's really cool. I'm not sure if you can really see it. It's like the Polar Express. Hello. And then, oh my gosh, the Northern Lights. Ha! I just about lost it there. Could not remember to save my life. Which is a really cool picture, by the way. My son's very artsy. Both my kids are artsy, but he really enjoys drawing and so forth a lot. Santa Claus was good to me, and not only did I get this laptop I'm talking to right now, thank you very much, Santa. Acer Aspire E15, which is pretty good. The video, the audio, the microphone, the audio is good, but the microphone is a little lacking. I have to speak really loudly. So it's, yeah, You know, it is what it is. I actually have an external camera with a microphone attached to that I can use, but it's the microphone's better, but the camera's worse. So this camera's better than the. So I can't win. So I figure I'm better off going with a better camera and a worse microphone until I get a better microphone, which will be pretty soon because I can afford that. So anyway, Santa Claus also got me this. Yay! You guys, if you've seen any of my videos, you know, my crafting videos, you know that I really like my Sharpies. So Santa Claus got this for me for Christmas. Actually, I think it was Black Friday special or something at Walmart, I think is what it was. I think it's a collector's edition, special edition. I think it's like supposed to be a collector's edition. Whatever. I don't really have the heart to open it. No, I will open it. I'm not going to color that. I don't get into that. You know, you guys know what I get into with the coloring with the Sharpies, right? So I don't do the two-dimensional stuff. When I color stuff, I color three-dimensional things, right? That can go on a table, and we can, the kids and I, and our friends and family members, we can all game together and have fun with it. Oh, here we go. Whoop, sorry. Stuff like this. Started working on this little guy. Got to get it in the camera. Just one of the plastic skeleton guys, giant skeleton from the True Legends collection, True Legends bucket from Toys R Us. I just use Sharpies on these guys. Not a very pretty job, but it definitely looks better than what I started out with. And in this light and with this camera, ooh, I apologize. Boy, it really not doing it any justice at all. But it actually looks a little bit better than that. And I'm going to do a video on these pretty soon, what all I did to make this happen. But it's good enough to be on the table. And the kids think they're cool. You know, that's the bottom line, right? That's the litmus test, right? So good stuff there. All that with Sharpies. I'm too lazy to break out the paints. I don't really even have good miniature paints to start with. So the paints I use are really more terrain type paints. I don't get into painting, I guess, like I should. One day, probably when I have an empty nest, I'm going to, and a lot more time, I'm going to get into miniature paint. I really want to get into it. I have kind of dabbled a little bit. I painted, got into miniature painting quite a bit when I was younger, when I first got into D&D gaming, tabletop role-playing games. We had the lead miniatures. Maybe that explains a little bit about me, huh? Playing with lead as a child. Not good. So anyway, I still have some of those. I think, well, maybe they're pewter. Pewter? I believe they're pewter, darling. I believe so. So anyway, so I got some of the metal figures. But we did have some lead ones, and I was really into painting those when I was much younger. I'm not going to say how many years ago that was, but it was about when I was about 10, 11, 12-ish in there. And I never really got into miniatures that much, though. We were more into theater of the mind at that point. Only recently, the last few years, have I gotten into miniature gaming. I guess seriously, if you want to call it that. I'm pretty serious about it now. So yeah, I don't do the miniature painting so much. And miniature painting is very time consuming. Very time consuming. So back to talk about time consuming, the editing and sending out these videos. Very time consuming stuff there. But yeah, I mean, it's good stuff though. I really enjoy it. I love it. Yeah, I didn't want this to be all technology talk. So I'm going to jump around a little bit. But one of the things that has really been, I don't want to say a hindrance, but been kind of inconvenient is the editing. So yeah, lots of editing, and mostly because I'm not very good on camera, in case you haven't noticed. So yeah, not real good. Oh, and sorry, I'm wearing one of my wife would kill me if she knew I was wearing this shirt on camera. So the Hulk, there's Thing, and oh, there's Iron Man. Cool. Oh, hey, Wolverine. Can't leave Wolverine out. Sorry, I look like I'm all sorts of, I don't know, contortionist or something. You can barely see him. I like this shirt. It's very comfy. I wear lots of comfy shirts. I'm sorry if I'm a slouch. That's pretty much my style. So, but yeah, back to the previous rabbit I was chasing. We say down here in the South, we have all sorts of idioms, I believe they're called. Phraseology, lots of phraseology down here in the South. And so chasing rabbits, you know, you can kind of figure that out, right? So the previous rabbit I was chasing, um, I forgot what it was. That's what this is about right there. Yeah, the editing, and it's very time consuming. So back to the previous rabbit before that, the reason why I say that is because I want to try to do these little goofy detours here. I want to do this on the laptop because that will cut a lot of. I have to with my camera, which is actually a cell phone. Yeah, I'm using a cell phone for the camera, so that tells you right there. Yeah, but it actually does 1080p, which is okay. I think frame rate is kind of slow, I think. So, but this does, I guess, 720. So almost not quite as good, but it's still HD. And figured if I could just, I mean, obviously I wouldn't do 720. You know, with crafting videos, I want at least 1080p for that, right? So, and yeah, so I won't be using the laptop for that, but using the laptop for this type of video, I think should be okay because you're just looking at my ugly mug for the most part. And anything that we need to look at in detail, like the miniature I just showed, obviously I'm just throwing that in here to talk about it. I'll show that later on in an episode with a close-up with the 1080p camera. Yeah, so I'm hoping I can do the more of the talk related things on the laptop. So it'll cut down the editing time for me. So instead of spending, I don't even want to say how much time I spend editing. For one, I'm very limited with my editing software. It makes things very challenging for me. In a way, it cuts down the time because there's only so many things I can do with it, right? So there you go. That's one way to look at it. Hopefully, pretty soon I'll have a microphone. I saw one on Amazon for $20. I could do that. Yeah. So I think pretty soon I'm going to make that purchase. Just recently purchased my a real legit tripod for the camera. Before that, I'm embarrassed to even show you what I use for that. So you can use all sorts of stuff for tripods and stuff, right? But yeah, it was pretty bad. One day I'll do a video about what I used to use, and you guys are going to be like, "That's horrible." But here's the point. It's kind of neat, you know, because all you really need is a laptop. You know, this, you know, hopefully at least, you know, decent, and you can get your own channel started and could, you know, give something back to the community. You know, that's what this is really all about, right? So hoping I can give something back, you know, a little bit at a time, one show at a time, one video at a time. And it's great to feel like you're part of the community too. I mean, that's just human nature, right? You want to feel like you're part of something bigger than who you are. Of course, I love the hobby, love spending time with the family via the hobby. Really enjoy it when the kids, you know, enjoy the crafting side of things and the crafting hobby that goes along with the tabletop role-playing game that we play. So, you know, it all works together, right? But yeah, when you feel like you can share a portion of that with the community at large, that's kind of neat. That's neat, right? That's pretty cool stuff. So and you know, obviously, really would encourage all you guys. You know, if you're into this crafting and so forth, which I'm sure you are if you're watching this video. If you're not, thanks for watching anyway. For whatever reason, that guy's goofy. He's really wild. I want to watch him. Look at him. Something's wrong. Okay, so maybe that's why you're watching. That's cool too. I have no problem with that. But yeah, if you really get into this hobby, you know, the crafting side of it, or just the tabletop role-playing games, or spending more time with your kids, whatever it is, that's great. But you know, what's even better is if you can start sending video, or maybe just slideshows or something. That would be cool. Just the I'm a concepts person. I'm not. I haven't figured out my talent yet. Not sure I'll ever figure it out if I actually do have a talent. But you know, that's your assignment. That's your assignment. There's an idea. Ding. You are now assigned with the task of figuring out my one and only talent, if I have one. It might be talking. I've had people tell me, you have a talent for the talk. That's yeah. That might. I hope it's more than that, but maybe if that's all it is, then that's okay. You know, I'm good with that. Some people can't talk very much or very well, and so if that's it, you know, I can handle that. I like to think that I have other talents as well, but I really I haven't quite figured. I haven't figured them out yet. So hopefully I'll figure them out pretty soon. Put a comment down there. Let me know what you think my talent is. Uh, what's your talent? That's an even better question. What's your talent? Especially as it relates to this, you know, let's not get too crazy. Come on, I know it, you don't know. I'm watching you. Okay, so come on. You know, let's be real. So keep it about this topic, please. Keep it about tabletop role-playing games, crafting for the table, and so forth and so on. So, or doing the video stuff. You know, what is my talent? What is your talent? You know, I think that's an interesting topic. So, you know, man, DM Scotty, what that guy had sick crafting talent. Man, I just love just seeing the stuff he comes up with. And all the other guys too, you know. There's so many to list now. It's just, you know, it's crazy at DMG and all the, you know. I'm not even going to try to start listing. Just super talented with the crafting. I'm not. You know, I'm more of a concepts kind of guy. I love concepts. You know, and for me, and part of the reason why I started doing the Downtime Dad YouTube channel was just to show people how easy it is to just get a basic concept out on the table and spend time with the family, especially your kids, having fun with TTRPGs. You know, the biggest part of this for me is to encourage parents to spend more time with their kids, right? It's good stuff. But I also want to show, you know, how easy it is to do that through tabletop role-playing games, which are educational. If you've seen one of my previous Game Gab videos, you get the whys and the hows, but it's really good to be able to share that with people, I think. And it's really, it's something that means a lot to me. And as parents, most of you guys are parents, I'm sure you agree. But some of the crafts that I do, not some, all of, every last one of the crafts that I do, super simple. You know, it takes very little talent at all. I've had some people tell me, I can't draw like you. Like when they see the paper, the little paper figures that I draw, that I think it's like I can't remember which Trash to Treasure video it is now. I think it's like the second one or the third one or something. That's not good quality artwork, people. It's not high def. It's not even good drawing. It's just, it's okay drawing. But here's the thing. If I can do it, I know you can do it. That's the truth. This stuff, I don't do anything that's difficult. I don't do anything that requires a special artistic talent. It's all super easy stuff. Really, the main thing it takes is a little bit of time. And most of the projects I do, very little time. And some resources, but if you look at any of my Trash to Treasure videos, you'll see the resources, come on, I'm pulling this stuff out of the garbage can. I mean, you got the resources. So, not sure what's holding you up, man. You need to be doing this if you're not already. So anyway, thanks for hanging in there in this great train wreck. That's kind of what these are going to be. I'm just going to say whatever's on my mind and just kind of clear it out and hit the reset button up there and just talk about whatever topics I want to hit and maybe have a couple little things to show you guys. So maybe a little artwork or something. And that's it. Just a little, kind of like coffee table talk. Coffee table talk. Coffee table talk, people. This is good stuff here. I love it. I just can't get enough coffee. I can't get enough talk. I just love it. I will not name it that. That's bad. Okay, anyway. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon. Thanks for watching.